And welcome back to a math lesson, guys. The first one of 2021, and I get to be your teacher for this math video, which is especially exciting today. Now, it's been nearly a month since we've talked about multiplication and long division, so today is all about sort of easing our way back into learning how to do some of these concepts. So for today, you will need that brand spanking new Math Spiral notebook that you just set up because we're going to practice some long division. Now, before we get going, if you haven't set up your math notebook yet, you need to get out of this assignment, go back to Seesaw, set up your math notebook, and then come back when you're finished because you'll be taking notes in this math notebook. In fact, that's how you're going to respond to this video. You'll be uploading a picture of those notes. And then in your assignment, you'll see a space asking to see that picture. So make sure you have your notebook and a pencil ready to go. And if you need time, pause this video, leave this assignment to get that done, and come back when you're ready. And I'll get going in just a few seconds, okay? So if you have your notebook out, remember before we start a lesson, the first thing we have to do is put an entry into our table of contents. So when you flip through your notes later, you can see exactly where you took these notes. So your table of contents at this point in time should be empty. You haven't done any math lessons until this very moment. So when you look at that table of contents, underneath page on the very first line, you should put 1 because you're about to take notes on the first page of your math notebook. Underneath date and lesson, you're going to put today's date in shorthand. You don't have to write out the whole day. So in shorthand, it is January 1/6 because it's January 6th. And our lesson is called Long Division Review. Like so. So if you need to pause for more time, take a moment and get this information written down into your table of contents. So now find your first blank page that's available for you in your notebook, much like my very blank whiteboard that's in front of me here. Now, I don't have a notebook page, but if I did, in the top corner, I'm going to number it because there's no use in having a table of contents if you don't number your pages and find what you're searching for. So in the top corner of your page, you should put a number 1 so that you can locate this work later. So take a moment and write a number 1 in your corner so you're ready to take some notes on our math lesson today. Our objective today is that we are going to review 3 long division problems using the long division standard algorithm. Now, if you can't remember the steps to a long division standard algorithm, I have them written down here and we chant it out like this. Divide, multiply, and subtract. Bring it on down and bring it on back. Divide, multiply, and subtract. Bring it on down and bring it on back. And you repeat that process until you solve the entire division problem. So in your notes, if it's helpful for you to have this written down next to your standard algorithm and check it off as you go, I would highly suggest that you write it down. Otherwise, practice the problems along with us. We're going to divide and then check our work using multiplication. So here is our first problem. Let's start with writing down our standard algorithm problem. 84 divided by 4. 84 is the whole number that we're starting with, and it lives inside of the house. We're going to be breaking 84 into 4 groups. So 4 is the divisor knocking on the door. Let's start with step 1, divide. We're asking ourselves, how many times can we pull groups of 4 out of the number 8? 4, 8. When I skip count by 4s, I can get to the number 8 by doing 2 groups of 4. Divide is done. Next, we multiply what's on the top by what's on the side. 2 times 4 is 8. and then we see if we have anything left over by subtracting. 8 minus 8 is 0. Now, if we have more digits in our number, like this number, 84, we continue the standard algorithm by bring it on down and bring it on back. What that means is that we're going to bring the 4 down, and we're going to bring it back all the way to step 1 all over again. Only this time, instead of paying attention to this number 8, we're going to look at this number 4 right here. How many groups of 4 can we pull from 4? 4. 1. That's it. 1 group of 4. So we're going to put a 1 on the top above where that 4 is. And we have divided again. Next, we multiply. Only we're not going to multiply the entire number on the roof. We're only going to multiply the number that we just put up there. 1 times 4. 1 times 4 is 4. And then we subtract. 4 minus 4 equals 0. We only do the bring it on down and bring it on back steps if we have more numbers inside of our whole number. But since 84's ended, there's no more digits to bring down. We don't need to do these steps again. Our quotient, our answer, our queen quotient, as I like to call it, is the number that's at the top of our house. It's the queen. It overlooks the whole castle. And our queen quotient is 21. Our remainder, how much is left over at the end of this, is 0. I find the remainder by looking at what was the last number subtracted. If there was nothing left over and we had totally even groups, then our remainder is 0. Now, I'm feeling pretty good about the work that we just did, but we're going to check our work as well. So make sure in your notes that you have your standard algorithm written out and find some space for yourself, because now it's time for us to check our work using multiplication. For our multiplication standard algorithm, we're going to set up 21 times 4. When we're checking our work, we're taking the numbers on the outside of the house, the queen on the roof, and the divisor knocking at the door, and we're multiplying them together to see if we end up with what's living inside of the house. So again, take the two numbers on the outside of the house and multiply them together to see if you can get the same number on the inside of the house. If you get the same number, that means that you are correct. But if this number does not match what you get in your multiplication, that means we made a mistake along the way. So let's check our work. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 84 matches 84. So that means that we have the correct answer. We're going to practice one more problem together, and then you're going to do the last problem on your own. So that means with this problem, we have 2 more to solve in our video today. So make sure you find that space in your journal. Let's start again from the top. Our new problem is 96 divided by 5. Take a moment to write that down. We're going to move a little faster for this second problem since your memory's probably getting jogged up and you're knowing what to do. Are you ready? 9 divided by 5. Okay, how many groups of 5 can I put into 9? 5, 10. Ugh, 10 is too much. I can't go that far. 5. 1 group. That's it. Multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract. 9 minus 5 equals 4. Bring it on down. and bring it on back. All right, let's start from the very beginning again. Only this time I'm asking myself, how many groups of 5 are in 46? All right, counting off by 5s. Let's see how close I can get to 46 without going over. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. That's as close as I can get without going over. So that's 9 groups. Okay. 5, oops, forgot. There we go. 5 times 9 is 45. Subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. 4 minus 4 is 0. So 1. Nothing to bring on down. Nothing to bring on back. Okay, so my quotient, my queen quotient at the top is 19. My remainder at the bottom is 1. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this, but I need to check my work to be sure. So next to my division problem, I'm going to multiply the number at the top, our queen, times our number knocking on the door. 19 times 5. And my goal is that I get 96 as an answer. 5 times 9. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Since it's 2 digits, I'm going to carry it over. Okay. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ugh. Well, look at this. I get 95 as an answer, but my whole number is 96. These don't match unless I take my remainder. Whenever you have a remainder, you add it to what you multiply. So since my remainder is 1, I'm going to add 1 more. 95 plus 1 is 96. And whew, I got scared for a second there. But we match. We're looking good. 96. 96. Okay. The next problem you're going to do completely on your own. I'm going to set it up for you, and then we'll come back and check your work whenever you finish. After you're done watching this video, you're going to add a response, so make sure you're taking these notes so you can upload a picture of the notes. All right, I'm making this stuff disappear. Are you ready for your final problem that you'll solve independently? Okay, let's go for it. All right, for your final problem of this video, you're going to be solving 77 divided by 2. If you need more room on your page, remember that you don't have to stay on page 1. You can move to the next blank page and label it 2 at the top. Use as many pages as you need for this lesson today. Just make sure you have enough room to solve. Now, independently solve 77 divided by 2. Check your work with multiplication. And pause this video while you do your work. We don't want spoilers because I'm about to help you check your work. So pause me, otherwise be ready for spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ta-da! Here we have it right here, our final work, quotient 38, remainder 1. We checked that using multiplication. We multiplied our quotient at the top, 38, times our divisor knocking on the door, 2, to see if we could get the number inside of the house. We got 76 at first, so we needed to add our remainder. And when we added our remainder, 1 more, we got to 77 in total. So now it's time for you to add a response. You're going to be practicing some division on your own now. First, you'll need to upload a photo of the notes that you have taken. You should have at least 3 division problems with 3 multiplication problems checking your work. As you move through the slides, your job today is going to be correcting other students' work. So you'll have on your whiteboard or in your notebook pictures of some of the work that you'll be doing to correct the mistakes that they've made. All right, you feeling good? You feeling ready? All right, take it on. Show me what you got.